This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Alright, so I think we probably take Catilda. She's not quite like in the very top notch of bombs in the set, but she's like a lower range bomb in a set with a lot of bombs. She's quite good. Whispering Wizard, also pretty good. Needs some building around. Same thing with Markov Retribution. It's really nice if you end up with a bunch of vampires. Not so good otherwise. This actually, so far, hasn't felt that hard to build around in either blue-red or blue-white. So that's, you know, something to keep in mind. It's not just a blue-red card, but Catilda's great. I mean, ideally, we want a bunch of enchantments and stuff and spirits. But even if you don't get any of that, you would play this card. So its baseline is really good, and it has a very high ceiling. So I think it's what we take here. Yeah, it's it, and these two uncommons are by far the best cards in this pack. Interesting. So Path of Peril is quite strong. You do have to be able to cleave it for it to really be worth it most of the time. But it does have a very high ceiling as a Wrath, as Wraths often do. And the rest of this pack is not super impressive. I do like Gluttonous Guest and Bloodcrazed Socialite a reasonable amount. But, you know, this is, you know, I also, no, never mind. I like the Blood Fountain more than I like this. But I think we just take Path of Peril here. Hi, Gossin Sack. Okay. Alright, so, you know, I love Blood Petal Celebrant. It's very premier 2-drop in the set for all the red decks. We'd probably just take the Circle, though. It's a nice removal spell. It's an enchantment. Catilda likes it. So I think that's probably where we go here. Yeah. Celebrant is really the only other card in the pack I'm super interested in. Yeah, so, like, one of the nice things about Path of Peril is we could just splash it off of, like, one wilds. Like, say we end up in blue-white, which is where Catilda would be at her best. We may not end up there, but we could still splash. We could splash it for the cleave, and it would be pretty strong. So Sigarda's Imprisonment overall has been pretty disappointing. It is an enchantment, but it's a pretty disappointing card overall. I like the Rock on Tour, but you do kind of have to end up in the right deck or it doesn't do what you want it to. It's probably just Drogskull Infantry. He's a nice 2-drop. He's also a spirit. He does enchantment things. So, yeah, I think it's probably where we go. Imprisonment, you know, this is another set where it's been very sad. You know, it's not unplayable, but it's like a C. You know, this used to be a premium removal type spell, but between Exploit and all these static abilities and all kinds of stuff like that, it's no longer premium. I mean, it depends on the format to some extent. Maybe someday we'll have... I mean, what they need to start doing on those cards is just start tacking on, if they want them to be premium anyway, just start tacking on, and its abilities can't be activated. Like, that's basically what we're going to need. Okay, so Binding Geist is, like, pretty good. This is okay. I don't like the Beguiler a whole lot, but I think we'd probably take this Celebrant. I think it's too good not to, and this is a pretty late one. The Geist is okay, don't get me wrong. Pointed Discussion is too. But I think Celebrant's just the best card in this pack. So we're just going to take it. The title of my dissertation is Gender and Jewish Conversion to Christianity in Medieval France and Germany, comma, 1095 to 1450. Actually, it might be 1096 to 1450, but either way. Okay, so I do like Blood Fountain and okay amount. None of these red cards are like incredible, but you know, they're all playable. So that's something to keep an eye on. I do like the Farmer a reasonable amount too. You do need a little bit of action to really make it do its thing. But you don't need that much. It kind of just happens. Yeah, I think I take the Farmer here over some medium red cards, medium blue card. Okay, so here I think we take a Binding Geist over Imprisonment, because that's the world we live in. Yeah, so we'll take a Binding Geist here. The rest of this stuff, not great. Okay, So Traveling Minister's been a very impressive card overall for a common. Heron Blessgeist is a spirit. It makes spirit tokens. It likes enchantments. But I think maybe we want the Minister a little more. I mean, it's been really impressive. If we're in black-white, we may even have life gain payoffs. So I think we take our first Minister here. Yeah, it's definitely a format thing to some extent. But even if you take exploit out of the equation, we've seen so many creatures lately where most of their value comes from their text box and not the ability to attack or block, you know? Yep, definitely Gluttonous Guest here. It's pushing us more into black-white. It's a life gain. It's a life gain thing and a blood thing. Doesn't seem like red's very open other than our Celebrant that we took. Although I guess that Markov's Retribution wield, which is interesting. I don't know. I've sort of toyed with the idea of writing a legitimate book on the history of Magic, like using historical methodology and stuff. But yeah, not really a dissertation. So these are both decent cards. The Socialite's better if we can get a lot of blood. And it doesn't look super likely we'll be doing it. So I think I want the Trainee. Okay, so Courier Bat's a nice payoff, especially when you have Minister. You know, it's a Windrake that turns into other stuff. So Doom Dissenter is a nice thing to exploit. Blood Fountain, another thing that gives us blood, gets us back creatures. I think I like the Dissenter a little more for where we're headed, since we're heading into a black-white area, it seems. Both cards we don't really want to play. Seems like black and white are both plenty open. Well, see, we got a free Blood Fountain anyway. Okay, so this is not an exciting rare, so not sad that we aren't in green or anything like that. Definitely Bleed Dry. I mean, this format has so many bombs. There aren't that many cards that answer everything, and Bleed Dry does it. So, yeah, I think that's what we take here. I think it's what I would take here, pack one, pick one. I wouldn't mind another Gluttonous Guest showing up, but yeah, we want Bleed Dry. Okay, so we've got another Circle of Confinement. I may just snatch it up here. Farmer, Courier Bat. Courier, huh? Courier Bat, pretty good. Glorious Sunrise is really good. But I don't feel like it's something I want to take here and sort of throw away what we've done already, which has been pretty good overall. So I think we take another Circle here. Okay, so Markov Purifier. Definitely interested in that. I think Bleed is more than solid removal. I think it is an amazing removal spell. So yeah, let's take Markov Purifier here. We've got some life gain going. We really want more Traveling Ministers now. Nice repeatable source of life gain to get going. You know, we're not going to be in the ideal color pair for Catilda, but we have a decent, okay, we have 2 spirits and 2 enchantments, which isn't a lot. But like I said, even if she were just a 3-mana 1/1 with flying lifelink protection from vampires, that then could become an aura that gives all of that stuff to another creature, you would play it. And that's kind of her baseline. And we have other ways to take advantage of her because we have other, enchantments and spirits. So I've liked Pointed Discussion okay. Don't love Piercing Light or Adamant Will. Adamant Will, I mean, I like it in red-white. I don't like it as much in black-white. I think we'll take Pointed Discussion here. There's some strong cards in this pack that aren't in our colors, by the way. Both of these are great first pickable cards. But, we'll take the Discussion. Okay. I think we take the Grasp. It's a great removal spell. I do love Arm the Cathars. In most of the white decks, as long as you have a lot of creatures, it's been pretty nice. But yeah, I don't like this card a whole lot. It's, it underwhelmed me in the set review, and from what I've seen of it in draft, it has been underwhelming overall. Yeah, we'll go with the Grasp. I do like Diregraph Scavenger, but I would take the Cathars above that too. Okay, so pretty much nothing for us here. We We have a few +1/+1 counter things going on, but not really enough to want to splash that. I guess maybe we want, like... I mean, we could cut white, just to cut white, because it's not super likely I want to splash any of this. So, I think we just take the efficient here. Probably don't play it. Okay, Groom's Finery's not great. This Skull Scob is interesting. That's a pretty fun little build around, you know, fun payoff in blue-black. I guess we take a Perish Blade Trainee. There's another Lunar Rejection, huh? So I like Gift of Fangs. It's an enchantment, you know, which I guess Catilda's our only card that cares about it right now, but it is one. It's a decent removal spell too, so I'm just gonna grab it. So another Gluttonous Guest is really appealing. Catapult Fodder. I don't think we have that many creatures. Well, no, yeah, we don't have that many that line up with it. The Guest is really nice in this deck. I mean, I like the blood and stuff like that, and then the repeatable life gain's awesome. Here we will take Catapult Fodder. I mean, its baseline is a perfectly reasonable card, and if we get like 4 Gluttonous Guests, flipping it is a real possibility. It's unfortunate this isn't very good, because, you know, it's kind of a cool card, but we'll take Adamant Will. So we're going to be able to play Path of Peril pretty happily. I like that. I think we're doing pretty well on life gain. A few more payoffs and like 1 to 2 more Traveling Ministers would make me pretty happy. I'd rather play Piercing Light than a second Adamant Will. I don't think we'll need to because we have good removal. And it is decidedly not. You know, you'll play it when you have to. It's more of a... As a sideboard card, it gets a lot better, but obviously this is best of 1. Because if you're playing a deck that's like red-white aggro, it kills a lot of their stuff. You know, and then you can do it in response to tricks really cheaply. Ill-Tempered Loner is great. A very powerful bomb. I mean, I think it's basically on the same level as Catilda. Maybe it's a little better because it's better in a vacuum, like without any synergy. Probably is a little better. But it's not like way better or anything. Okay, so we're not really interested in Edgar's Awakening. We do have Blood, but I'm not that interested. I think we're looking at Griff Rider or Heron of Hope. The Heron does augment our life gain and give us another source of life gain, so it's probably... That's kind of where I'm leaning right now. Yeah, I think we're interested in the Heron for this deck. Grizzly Ritual, worth a look, but we have enough removal now that I'm not like, yeah, I want that Grizzly Ritual. Yeah, so I think we take Heron of Hope over the Griff Rider because of what our deck's doing. Okay, so, you know, this is a funny pick. You've got Hero's Downfall here, which is great, but I honestly think Bleed Dry is just a better removal spell. Didn't think that in my set review. Probably should have, because I gave this a B and this a B+, but it's probably switched, because the fact this exiles things is massive. So, you know, it also kills everything that doesn't have hexproof, even if it's indestructible, you know, stuff like that. You know, there's not a lot of that, but it matters. You know, your opponent's Valorous Stance won't do anything against Bleed Dry. But yeah, we're taking Bleed Dry is my point here. I wouldn't hate the fixing, but with another Bleed Dry in the pack, obviously that's where we want to go. Okay, so some nice stuff here. The Dawnheart Geist lines up well in our deck. We've got reasons to gain life, and we have a... Well, how many enchantments do we have? Nah, we've only got 3. And it's a little more than that because of Drogskull Infantry, but it's probably still not enough. I'd probably just grab a Minister here. Our deck is very interested in the Minister. I wouldn't mind Infantry or Geist wheeling, but I think we want Minister here. There's another Minister. So rather than take another Minister here, I'm kind of interested in Diregraph Scavenger. Gives us Graveyard Hate, trades with anything, and usually gains us life. And I can get behind that. So, yeah, we do have a decent number of big butts that our Catapult guy might actually do a thing, which is cool. Pointed Discussion. I already have 1. I don't really want more. I'm going to grab a Desperate Farmer here over Aim for the Head. Same choice, Desperate Farmer or Aim for the Head. I mean, I guess we'll take Aim for the Head. Another Catapult Fodder. Man, where's our fixing? Because splashing Anya would be amazing. We don't have any, right? We don't have a single fixing anywhere. I think we just grab another catapult fodder, unfortunately. I think 1 mana is worth it, personally, for Bleed Dry. I think another one of these. Yeah, so we've kind of got a high toughness theme going. And we've also got a life gain theme. And a little bit of a spirits and enchantment theme. So we do have two of the catapult guys. So Unhallowed Phalanx is getting interesting. Yeah, let's take one. I don't know that we're going to play it, but it could happen. Do we want Mind Leech School more than Blood Crazed Socialite? Probably not. All playable cards, but not really anything great. We do have enough ways to discard that maybe we play a Recluse. It does gain life when it flips, so... Yeah, Anya still being there was quite weird. Because, yeah, it didn't seem like red was open at all. Black was. I mean, for sure. So... Who's got high toughness? You do. So there's 2 cards with high toughness. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. 11 if we count the Phalanx. I mean, we're going to end up cutting some stuff. But yeah. I probably don't end up running pointed discussion here. Lots of things we could cut. I mean, we probably cut the Phalanx. It's probably getting a little too cute, you know, for our fodder. It's just not a very good card when we don't have our fodder. It would be fun, sure. But just 2 fodders isn't really enough of a reason to play it. I think we may have passed both the equipment, but I'm kind of okay with that. They're obviously amazing together, but even having one of each, the chances of actually getting them together isn't really high enough for me to get excited about it. So, we're not really that good at utilizing Doomed Dissenter in this deck. I should probably look at 3 drops first, though, in terms of what we might want to cut. We're not going to be that great at making Desperate Farmer work, but I think because it has lifelink, it probably sticks around. Yeah, and so Ragged Recluse is probably worse. I don't love cutting a 2, but we have enough other 2s that I can get away with it, I think. We could even cut Doom Dissenter if we wanted to, and I think we probably want to. We're not doing anything fancy with it. You know, you might be right. With the amount of blood we have, taking Anya may have been the right move. We don't have an amazing amount of blood, but we might have enough. We might have had enough. I mean, we're changing our deck now, so we've taken out some blood already, but we might have had enough to make it work. So, Socialite's not great in this deck either. We just don't have enough blood. So, we don't really have an amazing bomb creature. I mean, this is like our best creature, and it's not going to be that great in this deck, and that may be a problem. This format has a lot of bombs, and she's not really going to feel like one in this deck. She's just going to feel really good, which is a good place to be, but she's not going to feel amazing. So, yeah. I could probably lose the Blood Fountain and not feel too bad about it. Because the Gluttonous Guests come with blood, I'm not, like, desperate for more cards that make blood. So, yeah, I'm trying to decide if we want to go 16 here. We can probably get away with it. Probably. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. I do feel like the power level of the deck isn't as high as I would like it to be. But we have some fun synergy things going on. Let's see how it pans out. I do think, yeah, I mean, with the relatively low power level of our deck, especially for this format, taking Anya might have just been worth it. I mean, it's probably a keep. We're going to be in trouble if we don't draw black, but we have one thing we can play. We only need to draw one swamp, and like I said earlier, my general rule of thumb with mulligans is if I only need one to draw one thing, it's keepable. If you need more than one thing to make the hand work, you're in trouble. We just need one thing, and that's a swamp. And that's something we have 8 of, so pretty good chance. Don't you love it when you draw your Traveling Minister on turn 2? It's always a good time. Play Catilda here. So we're going to use, well, if we draw black mana anyway, we're going to use Gift of Fangs. We do not. Well, this doesn't look great. Come on, Swamp. Uh-oh. Well, I think we're probably going to lose. I think we've been too slow since we didn't hit our land drop. I mean, I think it was the right thing to do. I mean, it's going to pan out not in your favor sometimes, but the probability of it going as poorly as it did isn't that high. Oh, yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's not good. So I cast Circle of Confinement here on Eruth. That just made Catilda bigger, which is nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Stensia Uprising is going to be a serious problem at some point. Like, this turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, this turn, basically. Catilda's keeping us in the game. But I don't know how much longer that'll last. They just have to go to the end of their turn. And the Uprising will kill Catilda. So we'll go ahead and block the Desperate Farmer here. They go to 13 permanents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're dead. It does happen. Earlier when I talked about how to mulligan, it ended up working out for us, but, you know, it's not going to work out sometimes no matter what you do. So you can keep a 7-card hand and have, you know, with one of each land and, like, 2 2-drops and still have things go horribly for you, but... I didn't look at how many cards deep. 12, 15... It's a much better hand. It's a little slow, but the life gain can get us back into it. We have a pretty good hand for transforming catapult fodder, which is cool. We're having a slow start over there, which I like. I'm not really going to want to play the scavengers immediately, but I guess the fodder is just a better creature to play because it blocks better. I guess it dies to Valorous Stance, but so does Gluttonous Guest. Yeah, that's a problem. Luckily, we can kill it. Question of whether I want to kill it this turn or not. Whether I'd rather play Heron of Hope. Then next turn I can play Guest. Yeah, I think that's what we do. We can even only pay 2 to kill it, which is nice. So that's why we can play Grasp and Guest next turn. Yeah, so we're just taking 5 here. Okay, well, kind of feels like we need to kill the Paladin first now. I can eventually kill both of them. He's going to transform into a 2/6, which is nice. So I think, yeah, killing the Paladin makes more sense. So you're going to transform. Yeah. We'll Grasp while... Oh, it only does 3. I knew that. Okay, so the question is whether I want to hold on to the Grasp. Or use it on Shield Basher now. I kind of feel like holding on to it has more value, because unless they put a counter on one of their things, we're in kind of okay shape here. So I think we just pass and leave up our Grasp. Good chance they play something and try to put counters on things here, and I can kill something in response, hopefully. If nothing else, if I can get them to pay a mana here to make their guy... Oh, wait, never mind. So... I kind of have to do it now if I'm going to do it, so let's try to do it. We even get to gain 4 off of it, which is nice. I mean, I guess letting them go a little further there might have been a little better. Okay. Well, we've got all the removal we could ever want. We've got a Death Touch creature. Feeling pretty secure right now. So, yeah, I think we attack with our Heron here. Play Diregraph Scavenger. Get rid of their Shield Basher. And end our turn. So, I think I block it with the Scavenger if he's still alive. There's a chance they kill it. Oh, they decided to kill that. I'm kind of okay with that. I mean, is it awesome? Maybe not. But I can live with it. Okay, so, yeah. think we block the Outcast here. Let's hope they don't have Adamant Will, huh? They do not. Don't really want to discard any of this stuff, so we won't. I think we'd probably just play another Scavenger here. And exile the Outcast. Pass the turn. Ah, you can train that. They can train it, but I can kill it with Circle of Confinement, so I'm not, like, super alarmed about it. Let's block the Paladin here. If they want to give that trample and lifelink, that's fine. Oof. That is not ideal. We can kill it. I guess that's finally what we're going to do here. Go... Yeah, I guess we may as well attack with our flyer here. Then we go Circle of Confinement. And they only have one card in their hand. I think we just hold up Bleed Dry here and end the turn. Although, this attacking does make another insect. Yeah, never mind. I don't want to wait too long. Uh-oh. Surprisingly, they haven't put counters on anything in this game. For the most part. Alright, so we're going to pitch this swamp. Okay. Yeah, that Paladin's pretty annoying. We're just going to empty our hand here. I'm not going to be blocking, so I may as well attack with the Heron. Yeah, we take 5 here. So... sort of feels like attacking with Heron of Hope and the Parish and giving it lifelink and both Parish Blade trainees is worth it here. Yeah, I think it is. Okay. So, this is interesting. I actually think I want to put the counter on the guest. Oh, never mind. It'll still only have 1 toughness. So I think we put it on the life linker. I mean, it'll still have too much toughness. Don't play Bramble Worm, please. So they can train their rural recruit there if they want, but okay, that's a really good draw. Yeah. So now we just bleed dry the Paladin. Go to combat. Okay, yeah. That did it. Okay, so if you're watching this on YouTube, this will mostly have been instantaneous, I guess, but I was streaming when Arena crashed on Sunday, and I didn't get to actually finish my stream, the draft I started during the stream. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just recording it. I'm not streaming it. This way I can do, parts of the video, parts of the draft, and not have to do it all at once, which I won't really have time to do until next weekend. And I needed a draft video for this Thursday, which I guess it is. So happy Thanksgiving. And so that's what we're doing. It's kind of funny. We were winning a game when the crash happened, and then it briefly came back on, and then we were losing a game and a crash happened, and both of those games ended up not happening. So I guess it kind of evened out. We would probably be 2-2 if they'd counted. Instead, we're 1-1. I mean, I think we can keep this between the creature and the removal being on the draw. We'll draw a swamp, Oh, one always does, right? One always gets a swamp. This deck's a funny one with our weird, we have life gain stuff going on, but we also have toughness stuff going on to some extent, which I think is pretty fun. Well, there's Catilda. So I think we probably Circle of Confinement that thing. If I draw a land, I can play Catilda next turn and she'll be a 2-2. The only annoying thing about Circle of Confinement is I'll be able to use Gift of Fangs later. So maybe I just tap this to gain myself a life and pass. It's not the most efficient use of my mana ever. But using our circle in this situation seems like overkill to me. So, yeah. We'll just pass the turn. We do really need to draw that third land, or... Well, I guess I could say I'm glad we held on to Circle of Confinement. If nothing else, we can get rid of the Illuminator here. Is it better to gain a life or attack them? Probably attack them. Glad this thing still hasn't trained. We have to hope that keeps happening until we draw our swamp. Alright, we did it. Now, Kindly Ancestor is still kind of a problem. But I think we go ahead and kill this before it trains, and then we're just going to gain a life, let them hit us. Okay, kind of feels like things have stabilized a bit. I think I'm going to play Catapult Fodder first. I don't really want Catilda to get countered when we're having the mana problems we're having. So we'll attack. See what happens there. Then try to play Catapult Fodder. Okay. Well, that's a good sign. I mean, I definitely block if they want to use a trick or something like that. There's a good chance they're just gaining the life here because it's free. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Okay, so... I think we attack for 2 here and play Catilda. Well, maybe we just attack for 1. Because I'm not going to block. So yeah, we'll play Catilda here. If we ever get our 4th land, we're really going to be in business. Ooh. Now we kind of need that 4th land to get rid of Screaming Swarm permanently. Okay, we didn't quite do that. I think we play the Purifier, because we can start just gaining the life and everything. So Screaming Swarm can mill us some here if it really wants to. I mean, this is a game where, like, yeah, if we draw another swamp, we win pretty much based on what things look like. We have both our bleed dries. So, I mean, we're in really good shape. All right. Do they mill us a card or themselves a card? Probably us, I guess. No, themselves. Okay. No blocks here. Well, it's not exactly what I was asking for. I can play another flyer, though. I could also gain a life and then play Courier Bat. Yeah, that's probably the best bet. So let's do this. Attack with Catilda here. Do I want to play Courier Bat and get back our Purifier, or just play Heron of Hope? I think maybe just playing Heron of Hope makes more sense. Should have done it first, because I actually would have gained way more life, so that was a little bit of a mistake, but... Alright, so they're done attacking us, which is a good sign. So I can't confine that thing, unfortunately. However, I can do this. Play Circle of Confinement on the Ancestor. And attack them with Catilda. They can trade, but I can get it back as an aura later, so I don't really... Just getting this swarm out of the way is going to be a big deal. We gain back 5 life here, too. So, obviously, the swarm can come back, but hopefully by then we'll have drawn our other, swamp. You know, that's the goal. So if we want to, we can flip this turn. Well, it's going to come down, again. You know, I should have attacked and then used... I guess they could have used its ability in response no matter what I did. So I can play Catilda here on Heron of Hope. That may just be our best play. We know what they're drawing. Yeah. So I think we play this on Heron of Hope. We do this, which gains us 2 life. We attack, which gains us 7 life. Still not that second black mana, but... maybe I can coax them into blocking. There it is. So we did get it on time. You know, there's not really a reason I have to kill it up front here. I'm just going to do this. Attack with Heron of Hope. Okay, they take it. So, I think we probably just use Bleed Dry on it. That means they have to draw a flyer or removal or they lose. And we have a bunch of other actions still too, so... Okay. Well, looks like they might have removal. They could also just be messing with us. So I think we're going to play our Scavenger here so we can flip our Catapult fodder, just to be safe. Yeah. Let's give that a try. Play our Scavenger here. Get rid of Perish Blade Trainee. Drops them to 4. So I can go to combat here. Oh, actually, if I use that, it's Okay, so let's actually do this. That way they all flip. Or not all flip, but the fodder guy flips. Which gives us multiple ways to find lethal if we want to. So, yeah. So we'll attack here. Now if they have removal, I can just sack it and kill them. Yeah, like this. Alright. That went pretty well. Catilda got it done, pretty much. Took over the game. Gained us a bunch of life, did a bunch of damage, traded for that thing so that we found the time to get rid of it, so... Not the fastest hand, but I do think it's keepable. Okay, well, if they play a human, we can kill it. That's not a human. Luckily, it doesn't line up super well against Gluttonous Guest. I guess the Purifier lines up even better, but if they play a wolf, and there's a decent chance they do, it doesn't line up so well, so... Let's just play our guest here. Honeymoon Hearse. Okay, so... Interesting. Honeymoon Hearse is definitely a problem. I could play my Death Toucher so that I can trade with it at least, but not having anything to exile is kind of a bummer. I think I'm going to play Gluttonous Guest here. I'm considering just dropping this Perish Blade Trainee. It's gotten to the point in the game where it's not that great. Decent chance. There's enough of a chance to play something with haste that I think I'm just going to hang back here. So they probably play a creature and crew the hearse, I would guess. Yeah. So we're just going to take the 5 here, and then we're going to sack some food. Discard. Ah, shh. I clicked when I didn't want to click. It's still going to work out, but it would have been a little more efficient. So, but yeah, we'll sack one of these. Discard the trainees still. Mostly because I want something to exile with this. I think that matters. I mean, exiling my own thing isn't awesome, but... Okay. That's interesting. I think we still play the Scavenger here. And end our turn. Kind of on the defensive here for now. Gift of Fangs will let us kill one of these wolves, so that's nice. So I definitely block with our Scavenger. I mean, they'll trample over, but it's a trade. If they don't have a trick or something, and they do. Ow. Okay. Well, I'm glad I've gained a bunch of life already. So... now we're going to do this and get rid of a Plains. Okay. Well... so this will transform and become a 2/6. That seems pretty good. There's their other mana. So we go for a block here again. I mean, they may use a trick, they may do something, but they only trample for 1, so that doesn't really hurt my feelings too much. Okay. So more black mana would be so good, wouldn't it? We're going to use Gift of Fangs on one of these. And then we're going to hope they can't crew the Honeymoon Hearse again. There's a pretty good chance they can is the problem. Yeah, I was going to say. Pretty good chance they can. One of these days, maybe we're just not running enough swamps. It does seem to be a common problem we're having right now. Hey, there it is. Okay. I could kill this with Parasitic Grasp too, but I think we just pass the turn. Yeah. I mean, I could play Purifier and use Parasitic Grasp on the Shield Basher. And then still have Bleed Dry. That lets me add to the board a lot more. Yeah. So, is it worth attacking here? Probably not. We are pretty much out of gas, which I don't love. Our Purifier may start getting us some gas. That'd be good. Do you have a creature to crew your hearse? You do. Well, well, well. Okay. They did have to play a Magma Pummeler in a really disadvantageous situation. I like that part. So we're gonna confine one of these. How many times do we have to kill your creatures that are crewing the thing? I guess the Ridge Wolf is probably better. And we will pass again. I mean, I could have been chipping in for like 1-ish here and there, but... Okay, well now that's an even bigger problem. But it does kill me slower, so... I guess I should have tried to kill it first, but yeah, no, I think we're in trouble now. Yeah, we needed a real card there. That thing's gonna transform. Yeah, I think we're dead. Honeymoon Hearse wrecked us. That's the best I've seen it perform so far in the format. So, we basically have to double block this and take 4. They kill one of them. We go to 1. And that does not save us. They just kept being able to crew that hearse, and we just didn't have a good board for it. And they had tricks. I mean, that was really what got us there, is we had decent blocks where we could trade, and both times they blew it up with a trick, which was potent, to say the least. If I had, like, left my mana up, there's some ways I could have maybe played it better, for sure. I think I definitely missed a few damage, but ultimately that didn't really matter. I did have that turn where I screwed up the blood sacrifice, but it ended up not really mattering either. It definitely could have, but... Okay, this is another sort of questionable hand, but I do think it's a keep. 1 land and we're golden, pretty much. So... Can't be too upset about that. Especially because we drew it. Look at that. Okay. I think I'll play the Purifier here. Blocks pretty well. Man, the 1 green mana trick, I'm glad they didn't have it there, because that thing is nasty. This is interesting because I'll be able to throw away a blood, and I probably will. But it's going to suck because we also want to have the mana to do that, but that's probably okay. Okay. I'm kind of okay with them giving up any one of these creatures for that effect. Yeah. Haven't seen a whole lot of blue-green in this format so far. Alright, so, I mean, we could get greedy and wait until we can also draw the card, but we want to add to the board on our turn anyway, so I don't think that's the right thing to do. The Minister is going to be really nice since its ability doesn't cost anything. Let's play Desperate Farmer and Traveling Minister. We're kind of looking to grind out the win here with Markov Purifier at this point. Catilda, ooh, that's a questionable card. It did work out for them, though. Doesn't always. Okay, so... This is interesting, because flipping the Desperate Farmer would be pretty good. But just attacking with it actually seems pretty good here, too. I could attack with the Guest instead, I suppose. Like, the Farmer or the Purifier are pretty nice attackers, but let's do the Guest. Should they decide to double block? I mean, they didn't, but if they had, it could have been interesting. So, do I want to play Catilda here? Probably. Probably play Catilda and then draw a card with Markov Purifier. Yeah. So we'll take 3. Flipping Desperate Farmer is intriguing, but... Okay. So, they can flip their fodder. What a weird sentence. They can potentially flip their fodder anyway. Okay, so I think we do this. Something we've been doing a lot with this deck that has worked out pretty well so far. Is doing this. Then play another Minister. Then we'll end our turn and draw a card. We won't have mana up for Bleed Dry, but I don't think that's urgent. Next turn we can tap them both and have this hit for 3. Ooh, man, they've gotten a lot of value, and we're not pressuring them as much as I would like. Okay. Man. Flood is real. I'm glad we're drawing so many cards at least, because if we weren't, we'd be in really bad shape. So we end our turn. Draw. Hey. It will actually flip. So we do have Bleed Dry. It can kill almost anything, even that. I think I'd actually rather kill the Captain, though. Because if the Captain's not around, this 113 doesn't really matter. Let's hope they can't counter that. They can't. So now we can play our own fodder. I'm gonna do that. Okay. I can live with that. So I can put this enchantment on this. I mean, it'd be nice to put it on something that didn't already have lifelink, but I think just giving this flying and +1/+1 is pretty powerful overall. I mean, it can attack already on the board. It's worth noting, but it will die pretty quickly. I mean, our two best targets already have lifelink. I think I just have to live with that fact. Yeah, so stick this on the Depraved Harvester. Attack them for 6. So we may just be able to win the game next turn, depending on how things go. Well, that makes it harder. It's going to take us a couple turns now. We don't have anything to get back. Less exciting than I thought. Okay. Well. We're just gaining the life here. We're going to play the bat because having a flying threat does matter. I guess I could send in my Purifier, get it back, and play it again. If they block it. And if they don't block it, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's not bad. It's probably not worth it, actually. So let's play our bat here. We don't have anything to get back. So our plan is going to be to throw this at them, swing with this, and then throw that at them. That's how we're hoping we can win this game. They're looking at their graveyard a lot. I don't like it. Okay, well, that I don't mind. Did they draw removal for Catapult Captain? Alright, so target them, throw Depraved Harvester away. Okay. We'll just put both on Courier Bat here. Yeah, I thought they might have an answer. Does that make it worth it here to throw the bat at them? And then when we untap, we should be able to kill them. I should probably just wait. I mean, I'll be able to kill them when I untap a bunch of different ways, and this way I can leave my mana up. So, yeah, we'll just let that happen. And, yeah, end our turn. Pay 2 to draw. We've got bleed dry in case something really scary happens. Okay. Ugh. I mean, it's a keep. I mean, it's another one of these hands where we really do need to draw black and or more white cards. But it's another keepable hand. Certainly. Nice. We've done pretty well when we've kept these, you know, keepable but not happy about it type hands. So this thing attacks us here. Let's play our Purifier. Guess I'll attack them. Why not? So, we'll take it again. If they want to pump the mana into it, that's cool with us. Kinda didn't think that's how it would go. So I can attack with both of these. This will be a 2-3. Yeah, it's worth attacking here, for sure. We even gain back 2 life. We go 15. We definitely want to play a creature here. They have a bunch of mana. They're a werewolf deck. It's a little scary. When this deck comes together, it's pretty gross. In a good way. Well, not for me, but for them in a good way. Yeah, that's probably what we're going to bleed dry. When we get the mana to use bleed dry in the distant future. I think maybe our 8-8 split was just not good. Like, it's happened enough times in this game where it hasn't felt good that I think it really wasn't good. I'm going to play a second Desperate Farmer here. Then I'm going to attack with Perish Blade Trainee. If they decide to kill it, we get both of these transformed, and if they don't, we get in for 2. Which isn't too bad. We also get to put the counter somewhere, which matters. They can also just block with that. Made them think a little, though, you know? So, luckily, until this transforms, it can only do it once a turn. Yeah, they're going. They're getting going better than we can right now. Okay. Well, I think we play Circle of Confinement here and get rid of the Weaver. Yeah. And end our turn. Feels like this is not gonna go super well for us. That card again, huh? Hey, we drew double black. Question is, what do we do with it? If I pass the turn, this becomes absolutely bonkers, so I don't think that's what we want to do. I think we probably kill the Ballista Watcher. I mean, I could still kill it once it flips. But if they have 6 mana, they can just kill a Desperate Farmer. I mean, I guess the other one will transform. But yeah. So I think we bleed dry the Ballista Watcher here before any shenanigans can happen. The Infestation Expert is a problem too, just because it turns out tokens, but I think I like bleed dry here on the Watcher. They're kind of hesitant to attack us because they don't want both our Desperate Farmers flipping, which I suppose makes sense. Not getting value out of Diregraph Scavenger is really annoying. Right now, we're not going to. So I'm not sure. I mean, if I can gain life, I'll be able to draw a card. So I could attack with 1 Desperate Farmer and just flip the 1. It's not a terrible plan. See what happens here. If they take it... Okay, they're going to block it with the hearse. That's okay. So, what we do here, I think, is just end the turn and draw a card with our Purifier. Okay. That's not good. Comes down to, it's like, do I want to exile my own creature again just to gain the life? I think I probably do, because it means I draw a card. So that's probably what we do here. And I can actually double spell here instead of drawing a card to shrink down the werewolf. But I'll have a Death Toucher, so I'm not super concerned about that. I think I'd rather draw the card. So let's play our Scavenger here. Exile our own creature. We do have one way to get it back. So, you know, getting it back might have been kind of nice, but... So, no attacks. End our turn. Draw a card. Catilda would be nice. I guess she'd only be a 3/3. Yeah, we're gonna need to find some more removal. ASAP. Okay. Player trainee. I think we have to pass the turn. I think things are about to get ugly for us. If I had to guess. Ooh. Yeah, I'd say that's ugly. Still no attack, huh? Okay. Well, I'm glad I drew Bleed Dry, because it can at least get rid of the Packmate. And the Packmate is the biggest problem over there. It is funny that our Bleed Dries are sort of made our Diregraph Scavengers sad. A Traveling Minister would be really good. I mean, it's kind of annoying to draw one right now just because we'd have to wait a whole turn to get anything out of it. But then once we untapped and we can start drawing a card with it every turn, I think we'd be pretty happy. Okay. 3 damage doesn't kill a whole lot of things over there, but we would get to draw a card. So using it to kill Snarling Wolf isn't the worst plan in the world. I mean, it's not the best plan in the world either, but it is an interesting plan. Drawing a card is big. I think it's big enough that I do it. I mean, this is the only other thing we'll ever be able to kill with it, and only if it transforms. So, I think we just do this on our turn, so we draw a card. Yeah, it's only our instep, so... We go up to 25. Pass the turn. Pay 2 to draw a card. This game's gonna go long, it feels like, doesn't it? It didn't look like it would. Ooh, that's a problem. Scary werewolf after scary werewolf off the top is not good. Okay, what can I get back? Nothing. Because I exiled my own thing. So let's play our gluttonous guest here. Let's sack this blood token. Okay. Is playing Heron of Hope better than drawing a card? I sort of feel like the answer is no. Especially because we need to find something to deal with the Ballista Wielder. I'm not sure how much more we have that can, is the problem. Oh, it would double spell, though, so it would weaken this and that. Okay, yeah, no, we definitely play something here. So yeah, we play our Heron of Hope. No card draw this turn, but making this only a once-a-turn thing and turning off the unblockable part is good news for us. They can't actually kill any of my stuff, which is nice. Yeah, they can ping me. I have a flyer now, which they have an apprentice sharpshooter, so I guess that's not that exciting. Who has more cards right now? Well, I think that's going to mean we do. No, they still have one more than us. Uh-oh. As if they didn't have enough really good werewolves already. We're about to play Howlpack Piper. That's not awesome. They may just hold on to it and try to transform everything. Oh, they can't because they played Reckless Impulse. So they may as well play a thing, yeah. And it is, in fact, the Howlpack Piper. Ooh, there's Catilda. Catilda, I think, can make some noise on this board. Maybe she's only a 3-3 still. I think she is only a 3-3. Okay, so we're going to attack with Heron of Hope here. Mostly just to gain the life. Because they can block it with Apprentice Sharpshooter. So yeah, we'll do this. Basically, we have to try to gain more life. Ooh, that's not good. Better they use it now than on Catilda, I guess. We do still gain the life, that's what matters. Then we play Catilda. Unfortunately, none of their things are vampires, but yeah. Do I play Courier Bat and get back our Heron? That's probably better than drawing a card in this situation. Someday we'll be able to attack, I think, but worth remembering that when this transforms, it draws them a card. Oh yeah, that's why we have fewer cards, because we've been drawing with our Purifier. Another Circle of Confinement would be nice. We do still have one of those. It can't deal with any of the really scary things, but it can get rid of the sharpshooter. So that's not too shabby. Magma Pummeler attacks. I think we just take it. I mean, we're just able to outgain any damage they can do to us with a card like Magma Pummeler. I guess they'll use Sure Strike here because they have to or they lose it. But I still think it's worth taking all that damage in that particular case. So do you think they have another trick to kill our Catilda? They might. Let's play this Heron. Let's attack with Catilda. They don't have 3 mana, so they can't block and kill her, right? They lost their mana creature. Yeah. Okay. So we're attacking with Catilda here. She'll gain us 4. So they have to have a trick here. Let's hope they don't. Right. Oh, they do get a blood token, which is a little annoying. So, yeah, we'll end our turn. Draw a card here. Ooh, that might be quite useful on this stalled out board. So they get to draw a card here. All their werewolves transform. I'm really glad we drew a spell, because at least we can make them untransform. Did they whiff? I think they whiffed, unless I missed something. Chances of whiffing aren't that high, but they did it somehow. Okay, so yeah, let's play our Diregraph Scavenger here. Get rid of, I guess, Blood Petal Celebrant. Play our Catapult Fodder so we can flip him right away. Attack with Catilda. I don't have to gain the life here, so maybe it's a little too risky to attack with her just to gain the life. They do have 1 card in their hand, so I think it actually, and we already gained life, so we get to draw a card either way. So I don't think we attack with her. Oh, crap. I kind of forgot they could do that. Not that I could have done anything about it. I mean, I did what I could about it, which was... Okay. Everybody goes back to their less scary form. They're probably about to transform again, though. This game's wild in terms of the card draw and everything that we both have. There's a Traveling Minister, which will make Catilda a lot happier. Okay, so let's go to combat here. Catilda is gonna attack. The Heron can kind of attack too. Oh, Ballista Watcher is flipped, so never mind. We don't want to attack. Not with those anyway. I could throw a Diregraph Scavenger at them. That doesn't really seem worth it though. Oh, I should have played my fodder though. I screwed that up. We're still going to play it because we need to double spell. Oh, they have enough mana to do it anyway. Crap. Yeah, that's less than ideal. So I should have attacked. Just to gain the life because they're going to kill Catilda anyway. So I think I throw Catilda at them if they kill her. Drop them to 13. Ah. Well, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, we'll use this, target them, throw that at them. And end our turn. Wow. I didn't think they were going to scoop there. Man. That was a very grindy game for our deck. I mean, Catilda was going to be able to start attacking, I guess, but they had the mana to keep pinging her. I mean, sooner or later we were going to draw another enchantment. I mean, it's not like we didn't have more of them. We just didn't draw them. Oh, yeah! We have Path of Peril. How about that? That would have been awesome in that last game, I think. This is a solid hand. It's a little slow, but if we have a slow start and they play like a bunch of 2-drops, our Path of Peril can solve that problem for us. It's not a 2-drop, unfortunately. Yeah, we go with the guest, I think. Yeah. So, I think we blocked the 3-2. Okay. How greedy am I? Do I Path of Peril now, or hope that they play another thing we can kill with it? It's kind of what it comes down to. I think we play our Gluttonous Guest. Probably discard one of our Desperate Farmers if we're given the opportunity. Okay. Well, thinking about double blocking the Spore Crawler because it doesn't die to Path of Peril. And even if they do have a trick, it's not the end of the world. Oh, man. Alright, yeah, so we're going to crack one of these. I think we discard a Desperate Farmer. We can kind of wait things out now. Yeah, it's kind of a question of, do we want to... We could play Catapult Fodder here and sort of lock down the board and just make this our plan B, or a card that blows up these two cards at some point. I don't think that's a terrible plan. I think we play our fodder here. And it transforms. Okay, another thing we can kill with our path. I like it. Should I discard a thing? I don't really want to. Okay, so probably worth playing our Scavenger here. It's another thing that won't die to the destroy the small creatures part of the card. So yeah, I think we play it. And end our turn. So, I should probably do it now, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess I could just play Desperate Farmer and keep things going in this direction. That's not a terrible plan. Yeah, let's do it. So now we can sack a thing and transform this too, which is pretty cool. pass our turn. Alright, well, you're big. I think it's probably time. Could discard my Perish Blade trainee here, but I don't really think I want to. Do we want to transform this? By, like, giving up... I mean, I think a Gluttonous Guest is less useful right now, so I think that's what we're going to do. Yep, now we're going to Path of Peril. Not cleaved. Oh, I kind of forgot they gain life. That's annoying. I don't play our trainee here. Yeah, they're not quite as in much trouble as I would have liked after that, frankly. The life gain is pretty real. It is a 3-for-1, so I'm not too upset about it, but... okay. Okay. So... let's think here. I could attack with both of these. It's not really a bad attack, I don't think. Attack with both. And then depending on how they block, use Bleed Dry. I mean, I could just use Bleed Dry now, which I don't hate. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. So they can block, but, you know, I think it's an exchange we overall come out ahead in. I'm going to hold on to this. I'm not planning on sacking anything, and I can use my treasure or blood or whatever it is. I'm a little worried. They've definitely outcarded us in this game. Ooh. And that guy's a real problem. So we better find removal for him. Don't have a way to gain life, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, he's going to churn out a lot of value before we even know what hit us. I guess swinging out here is fine. That's probably what I'm going to do. And then I think we play... Ooh. If we wait a turn, we might be able to play the bat after we gain life. But that's probably a little too cute. I mean, getting a creature back would be nice. But I think just playing another creature who can attack... And I mean, they're in black, and I don't really want them to get back Pack Song Pup. So... Then we also play the infantry. Try to put our foot on the gas pedal here. Would be nice to have a 3-power creature right about now, but, you know. Okay. So... definitely attack with the Scavenger. I don't think we attack with anything else. I could attack, I guess, with all 3 of these. A double block doesn't kill the trainee. Yeah. And getting Drogskull Infantry would be good. Okay. So, that's fine by me. That drops them to 9. So, I think we play our Courier Bat. Trying to decide if I want to try to put infantry on the bat. It seems a little bit dangerous to me in this situation. But I could try. Wouldn't be the worst. Yeah. I think we're going to do it. See if they have an answer. Yeah, they do. I haven't gotten a token yet, which has been good for us. Oh, man. Well, we're in trouble now. There are some things that obviously would help us, but we've got to find them. So... I mean, I think we attack with the Scavenger. If they double block, we kill 2 things. Seems okay. Yeah, so we kill both of those. Unfortunately for us, they still have Old Rutstein over there. So, I can swing with both reasonably effectively. I mean, chipping in for any damage at all is good. Yeah. I guess that means they can attack us for 3. I can't believe how many things I'm sure they're really frustrated they can't get a creature token, you know? All this blood does mean they can really improve their draws, though. Catilda would be good, but honestly not amazing. We do have both of our seals in our deck, and that can kill Old Rutstein. That would be good. Okay. So our Gluttonous Guest gets bigger, but we do take 4 to the face here. Goodness. Right, so we're not attacking now. No real reason to. Yeah. Okay. There they go. They got an insect token. They do have only 4 turns left because of Old Rutstein, and if they use blood, it's even fewer. We are still at 13, which isn't an incredible amount of life, but it's an amount. So we're just going to take 2 here. Okay. That is less than ideal. Do I shrink it down? I still can't block it even if I shrink it down, so probably not. Wish this was instant speed. That'd be nice right about now. I guess we just kill the zombie token. I mean, if I put it on this, it can't really attack effectively anymore. I guess that matters. Its death touch no longer matters. Whew. That Rip Hook Raider can certainly kill us before... It also means if we draw Catilda, she'll be bigger, I guess. So am I going to block with Traveling Minister, or should I gain the life? That's the question. I mean, I'm probably not blocking with it. I think we just gain the life. They're at 5 cards. They're at 4 cards. They have 2 turns left. So they can, like, swing out here if they want to. Yeah, and pretty effectively. We'll block and kill that, and we take 8. So we have to draw a way to kill the Raider, or we're dead. That does not kill the Raider. Could have used you a while ago, though. Our only shot is if our opponent, like... thinks... that doesn't realize they have too few cards left in their library. Like, that's our only shot here. Which is why I don't go after old Rutstein here, I don't think. I think we just hit the Dissenter. Kind of hope our opponent doesn't realize something. That's really our only out here. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I can't even block this. Boo. Yeah, we're dead. Well, this deck was fun. That really grindy game especially was fun. But yeah, 4-3. I mean, you know, that is a passable record. It's not one I aim for, but it's passable. So that'll do it for this draft video. Not something I usually say these days. I used to record a lot of drafts before I started streaming, like 3 or 4 years ago. But now it's weird when I record them. It happens every now and then because of technical problems or whatever. So yeah, that's it for this draft video. I'll see you all in the next one.